Hi guys, and welcome back to Wardle Road. Now don't adjust your screens, this is a brake van update. I know it's been a little while since we last had one, but in today's video I'm going to kind of go over things that I've been doing in the background while I've been, well, not absent as such, but busy with other stuff. Outside of the heritage side of things, I'm training to be a freight train driver, so I'll insert a little clip now of me driving a 66. But yeah, as you can see, extremely busy with the training side of things. Now I've only got a few more weeks left of the actual classroom side of stuff, so hopefully I'll be able to get back down here during the weekdays again and carry on filming some more updates. So as I said earlier, this video is basically going to be a little update of everything that we've been getting on with behind the scenes. As you can see, she looks a little bit different now, slightly different colour, buffer beam and some other bits that we've been working on as well. So yeah, we'll run through everything we've done and then some of the bits that I'm working on today. But as always guys, if you do enjoy this series and you have missed it, please do hit the thumbs up and let me know in the comment section below that you want me to see more of the brake van stuff. If you're first time here, of course, please do subscribe as well. It helps a lot in growing the channel and yeah, making it more viable for me to make more videos in the future. But yeah, other than that, let's roll the intros. God, I haven't done this in a while. Let's roll the intros and crack on with the brake van. So from that first scene there that I just recorded the intro, you'll notice that there's a couple of differences since the last time you may have seen this, and that is because this whole front panel here has been stripped back, primed and painted via the corner just over here, which Charles has put some filler in, as it looks like it's been knocked or something, and a little bit of concrete's also come out the top of it there. But I've got some concrete with me today to fill that in, as well as the gap just behind here where originally did have a garden, and you might be able to see the size of some of the roots that were coming out of it. So I'm going to dig the rest of this out, fill that up with concrete and some stones. But yeah, as I say, this has had its first coat of black paint and I think it looks really, really nice, minus the dirt that's started to appear on it already. And I've also fitted the vac hose, the swan neck for the vac hose, and that's painted in this bright white, and it really does stand out actually compared to the rusty mess that it was before. Obviously I've still got to put the vac tube on and finish the adapter down here as well. But once the adapter's painted, I can then put the hose on and join it to that. So while I continue to dig out the old garden that was growing at the front of the brake van here, as you can see, the frame and this front end panel is painted in the final grey colour. It still needs one more coat and a little sand down, because when I painted last time, a gust of wind managed to get a few bits stuck to it. But as you can see, compared to how it was before, you might be able to see the line along there. That's where the repair work was done by the Railcar Restorers, so I'll leave a link to their channel in the description below. But yeah, huge thanks to them for getting it done, as well as repairing some patches of rust in the middle as well. And I think you'll agree it looks a lot better now. The only other bit of work that is ready to go back on at this end is the wooden arch across the top there. And that's done by Stu, who's the carpenter here down the railway. He's very kindly made up 4 new arch pieces. They're in 2 halves, and they're going to be painted yellow as the original picture that I'm using, basing the colour scheme off. The actual arch there on the top was yellow, so they'll go back on. And yeah, down this side here, obviously absolutely nothing's happened because I'm working on one side and then I'll move over to this side, other than this panel along here is now painted in black as well, as I did it at the same time as the end panel. So as you've seen from the first clip, the last bit I've got painting I've got to do on the front here is where Charles has filled in. There was basically an indent here where it's obviously hit something in its previous use, and it's removed a giant chunk of concrete as well. But now Charles has filled that and sanded it back. It's nice and smooth and ready to be painted, and hopefully once there's a coat of paint on there you won't even know anything's happened to it. I've also got some concrete and some stones to fill in this and try and match it with the rest of it. But again, once it's all painted, hopefully you won't even know that there was any damage here to start with. Just looking back here a little bit, there is one of the new hand railings on, which I've painted, although I wish I should have just waited till the end really before putting this back on, as it's probably going to need another coat of paint, just because I keep getting dirty hands and other bits of paint all over it. But for now it's just helping me get on and off the brake van. But yeah, that'll be done again at the end. The only other thing I need to do is just trim back some of these bolts along here, and also drill out the hole here that has the hand railing. So there's a hand railing that comes off the front here, across the top, and bolts on here, and I just need to drill out that hole there, and then that can go back in place. So looking on the side that I've actually been working on, as you can see, we've got the first section of panels on here now. You'd have seen that in a previous video. The first piece of the frame as well is also nearly in place, and the actual ducket is in the workshop at the moment. That's all been primed and painted and is ready to be fitted on. However, obviously because of the weather and the winter, we haven't had enough time to actually get it on there and fit the frame around it and do all the other bits that need to happen for it to be put in place. But what I'm going to do today, later on if I get a chance, is just finish painting the top coat of these cladding boards here, and possibly have a look at just seeing what the yellow stripe at the top is going to look like, just so I can get an idea, and people who come past here get an idea of what the final colour scheme is going to look like. And the only other thing here is I've primed and started painting the long 16-foot beam as well. But yeah, that is pretty much everything on the outside that I think I've caught you up with. So let's jump inside and I'll show you what's been going on there. So as we look on the inside, as you can see, it's pretty much I think how we left it before. I've done the wooden panelling this far down. This of course is where the desk goes, and I've started in the workshop working on the mounts that hold the desk up the side there. So once they're all painted, primed and cleaned up really, they can go back into position. But yeah, we've got the tongue and groove boards this far down, as you can see, one wooden frame there, and the other one has had the L bracket there bolted grip down. That one there still needs doing, but once these are bolted in, we can then get the ducket in place and then do the horizontal pieces. As you see there, I've started stripping down the inside panels there as well. And then finally, a rather dirty window, but I've put a slightly thicker fresh piece of acrylic on the inside there, on the outside. It's got a little bit dusty, so it just needs another clean up, but it's got a seal all the way around the inside. I just need to get some nice neat sealant. Well, it's got mastic, I just need to get some nice neat sealant to go on the inside to tidy it up. But as you can see, it's a bit of a contrast compared to the other 3 windows that still need doing. But yeah, that support there is just to keep everything in shape while we get the frames done. And then once the frame's in, the ducket will go on, and finally the tarpaulin can be removed and finish the panelling on the outside. But yeah, as I say, the weather's really put a stop to it, but hopefully we'll be this summer we'll be cracking on and getting this done. Right, so as you can see there, I've now filled in that corner piece with some concrete mixed with some larger bits of gravel as well, some larger stones in there. Now I think what I'm gonna have to do, I tried to get as much of it as I could along that front edge along there, but I think I'm gonna come back with a slightly finer mix to get in some of the smaller bits, as obviously some of these larger stones don't even fit in the gaps that we made down there. As I showed you earlier, this is all sanded and clean and ready to paint, so I'm just gonna give this a wipe down with some tissues because I've got some cement marks on there, but concrete marks on there, but yeah, we'll get that painted up and it should all match nicely along the front there. And obviously once this is dry and all of that's dry, eventually we'll give the concrete a coat of paint of some kind, either the black to match this or the grey to match that. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do yet, so if you've got any ideas, do let me know down in the comment section below. But the other bit, with the leftover concrete, I just started filling in the back of the metal panel, just where it wasn't quite up to this level here. But obviously the floor's still got to come up a little bit, either with concrete or some kind of wooden panelling. But yeah, just with the excess, I finished cementing off that post there, something I'll have to do down the other end as well. To just give you guys an idea, this is what it looks like the other end behind the panel. This panel wasn't removed, this was just kept as it was, fresh bolts on there and repainted on the other side. However, after having the other one off, I think what I'm going to do is get this one off and give it the same treatment as well, just to tidy it up a little bit. But as you can see, where the rotting wood is along there, on the other side I've started filling it with concrete, but this side still needs to be done, as it leaves otherwise a horrible gap underneath here where water starts to build up, and that's what causes the rot at the bottom of the metal panel. So again, here's just an overall view of the end so far. Like I said earlier, just need to clean this up and then finish painting off that corner piece there. And what I might do is start painting, just to get an idea. I really want to see what it looks like if I just get those panels there with the final coat of grey and a bit of yellow at the top, just to see what it looks like. And then yeah, we can start working our way down this way, and then on the chassis start working that way, cleaning it up and painting it nice and black like this end is here. I've also fitted, just test fitted the, don't know what the word to call it is, the securing bit, to keep it tucked out the way while it's not in use. And I've just got a bolt that needs trimming down a little bit there, a couple of washers just to let it move a bit freely. But yeah, I need to take that off, clean it up, and then the hose can go on, and that should be that bit of it done. It's a new hose on this end because the other one, I don't know where it is, it's got a split in it. So for obvious reasons, had to replace that. You can see how shiny the black paint is there just by the reflection of the white. But no, she's coming along. Right guys, and that brings us to the end of the video. Now, I know it was only a short one for this, but obviously until my training's done, only a few weeks left, and then I've got my mentoring hours, and then I can really get back to, coming down here during the week and then getting videos out every couple of weeks or so. But hopefully you guys did enjoy the running shots as well. We had the DMU and the steam engine running today, which was nice to have two train operation, and I even got some shots from the far side of the line as well, which is not normally seen in my videos, so hopefully you enjoyed that. And of course, if you did enjoy this video, please think about giving it a thumbs up and leaving any feedback in the comment section below. It really does help push the video out to other YouTube watchers, and maybe they might come across this content and find it interesting. But yeah, hopefully we'll be back with lots more episodes on the brake van, as I have missed putting these videos together, and hopefully you guys have missed watching them. But as I say, any feedback, please do leave it in the comment section below, and let me know what you think of the Dutch Grey and the black that we've done on the buffer beam. And hopefully once we get round to that side and getting the ducket on, and we get the yellow stripe across the top, it will really start to look like it's taking shape. Then of course we've got to tackle the other side and the inside, but one step at a time. But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I will see you all in the next one.